Hello there everyone, and welcome back to Napoleon Total War 3 with this Papal States campaign. So, we've been able to whittle down and force the French down into a single territory. They only hold Greater Poland, the Warsaw region, and now we're gonna go ahead and smite them, as this will be the last episode. Now, as you can see, it's winter, it's early December, so snow has covered the land, so it's obviously not the best idea to attack, and since they're down to the single territory, and as we saw, I think last time, everyone else sort of signed peace treaties with them, the reason why I'm attacking now is because they're actually at war with the Russians. And so I don't want the Russians, which are gathering troops right here, to come in to steal the glory from me. I'm the one that's going to defeat Napoleon. So with that said, that's why we're going to go ahead and attack right now. I was hoping to actually go through and attack as spring came around, but we're gonna have to attack right now. So my plan is to have Pietro and the Guard army go ahead and attack these two offshoot armies that they've kind of set up here for ambush. They were ambushing until my spy, Mr. Giovino Vietri, managed to infiltrate, and he gained the information of where they were keeping their armies. So that's great. We don't have to worry about that. Now, what I want to do here is I want to go in with Pietro first, and then I want this army to reinforce. The thing is though, I'm kind of thinking that they might try to intercept this army, and I don't want that. I want Pietro to be the leading army. I want the two main armies to be the main fight, and then this one will come in as reinforcements. I don't think I dare go any closer. He should be within replenishment or within range to reinforce here, and I don't want this guy to reinforce, in fact, so I'm gonna move him slightly back. And I think I've got the perfect setup up here. And so, we're gonna go ahead and attack. Yeah, that should be within replenishment or reinforcement range, right? Yes, perfect. I've set it up perfectly. So we got Pietro with his 5,000 men against this French army with roughly the same, not really. We definitely have more troops, in total like 10,000 or so. As the French at best number like 6,000, a little bit more. So we've got quite a few more troops. However, a lot of that is militia. However, as we've seen, the militia army or the Papal Guard army has done really well. But let's not linger. We've got this battle and then another right after it. So we better get cracking. So without further ado, let's strike up the drum and take out these ambushers. And there we go, the battle starts. What I want to do is I want to get my artillery up here on high ground, and he's going to be protected by the Guard cavalry. Then we're going to have the entire line go ahead and march forward straight at the enemy. I want this to be more of an interesting battle, and I feel that I can take some risks here by going ahead and playing a little bit more dangerous than I otherwise would have. I think we need to move the howitzers with the army. We've got the hussars on this side moving forward. The reinforcement of the enemy is coming out there. My reinforcement's gonna hold off and that's gonna turn up. It's not gonna turn up right now. It's gonna take a while for that one to turn up, because right now I'm at full strength. Did I not order you forward? Sounds like some of the enemy cavalry wants to go after me. And there were quite a few units here. So what I want to do is I want to get... Let's get the 2 grenadiers to there. Then we'll add 2 line infantry. Then I want 3 line infantry like that. And for the end, I want 4 facing something like that to start off with. The howitzers are now within range to fire on the enemy. Dragoons... I want something just to support in the center if that's necessary, so I'm gonna put the dragoons right here. Hussars, probably place them further out here to support from there. And question is if it's worth it to pull the 12-pounders all the way up on top of the hill. You need to speed up because you're out of formation in a bad way. I've said it so many times in the campaign, but the way in which like the units switch position in really bad ways is just absolutely horrible. Okay, so we've got we're meeting Polish light troops all over the place. And we've started bombarding them with howitzer shots. What's this? Enemy general going after my troops. I need to wheel these troops in. Because clearly they can't come through the woods the way I thought they would. We got lancers though coming in there. So I was going to match them with my dragoons. Otherwise, the fight looks fine. We just need to set up the 12-pounders up here so we can bombard their army with these guys as well. I'm gonna bring in the general into the woods where I think we've got the most fighting. Okay, the lancers making an attack. The prepared lines should hold, but I feel like the general is now needed there. The they're all Polish troops. There are no French troops here.
Now they must break.
Did he? Yeah, he went after the hussars. The idiot. Interesting, the Polish really going straight at us here. Need a little bit more to shore up here. I don't really have a good way of sending in my cavalry against the lancers. I guess I'll walk them into range and then... Damn, there's so many Polish troops actually retreating from the center here. But it looks like... Oh, the lancers come in and then they charge down their own troops. We got a melee erupting here against Polish grenadiers. I'm gonna go ahead and spy that part. And then we're gonna march you up here. Let's have these 2 advance. And clearly the fight that's kind of holding on is this one right here. I mean, it's absolute mayhem down here. The general, go ahead, just make sure that this regiment does not break, the infantry one. Can I detach? Can I order you back? Just so that maybe, just maybe, it can be cavalry on cavalry. Alright, I'm gonna go back here. I think we need to gain ground on this guy. Okay, so I managed to get 2. Ooh, here's the Polish reinforcements. Let's go ahead and move you like that. Yeah, that cavalry's not coming back. Draw up line there, and then dragoons sit to the side. You go up, plug that gap. Okay, so the enemy broke here. They broke through, but they also got crushed in this at the same time. The grenadiers will charge. There's no need of keeping the cavalry up here, so I will attack. Yeah, these guys do not seem like they want to come back at all. Looks fine right now. Hopefully the main kind of fighting here. Yes, we managed to send away the light troops. Now let's move through and go there. First Torino will go ahead and charge the guns. Can we organize these two lines? Moving forward. Let's continue forward here with the general support. There are troops, a lot of enemy troops coming through there. I want the hussars to move closer to that area. And let's see if we can't sort of take possession of these hills. So the enemy's reinforcement's gonna have to march into us. Make sure to get rid of all those cannons. Oh, is that a charge, or what are these guys doing? The grenadiers are stopping to fire. The 12-pounders are firing on this position, and so are my howitzers. Oh, these two units are back. Let's have them in reserve back here. Let's move forward the howitzers, and the enemy is kind of broken back here, finally. Let's see if we can have the two guard cavalry kind of sweep through there. Okay, the lance is going after those troops there. Don't like that this one's focusing in on my my dragoons. Here comes the guard cavalry. Sweep through. And all these troops move forward. Howitzers forward. These two forward now. General into... Actually, no need go into the square. My cavalry surrounding the Polish lances up here. They took out quite a few of my hussars in their initial charge, but then they were surrounded by my troops and taken out. Here's another general which got a death wish. The guard cavalry going through, breaking down cannons on their way. Let's make sure that we get rid of as many of these as possible. You know what? That's all cavalry, probably. That's cavalry work. Get rid of all of those. And then I want all the troops forward with the general. It's an uphill charge, but the troops, the Polish troops, have lost their generals, and they've lost so much of their army and much of their nerve as well as they start to break. And here comes my infantry as well in support. We had that one hussar unit that lost half its unit. That is not too happy with its situation. I'm gonna bring in my general to kind of support. Oh, what's this? The guard cavalry ran in to a guard unit holding a rear action. I don't think we're gonna be able to make it through there, especially when we got grenadiers coming up behind. My general's come up, and he's now supporting the cavalry. However, we need to break this formation. We're gonna set up to shoot them in the back. My howitzer's coming up. The 12-pounder, there's no point in moving that. That will never, ever come into this fight. As soon as we start, as soon as we start to shoot here, we will be able to break these, and then hopefully I can force march the troops up.
Our men are running,
so we hold the high ground. Okay, I guess we shot too many of our own cavalry troopers in that. Now only one remains, and it's on the far side, so we're not really shooting at him. Okay, the guard cavalry's run far enough. This cavalry right here is more or less spent in terms of their stamina anyways. Ooh, impossible terrain. The enemy is locked down there.
Must rest a while.
That's the cavalry who's very tired. Not the infantry, which needs to run. Right. Cavalry, form back here. General forward. We've got all our infantry marching forward, joining in the fight. Howitzers on the way to join the final battle here. Starting to draw up lines to make sure it's the guard unit that's coming up. Okay, General, you don't need to be all the way there forward. Let's see if we can't get up all the way up to the edge there. Let's bring more of the troops over to this side. Actually, I can have one more coming in, flanking around the guards. These smaller ones will be held in reserve. I want the howitzers to be kind of firing all the way back there. So they've got quite a bit to move before I order them in. Polish setting up in pretty nice lines here, and that's a bloody good volley. And it's the Lightfoot and the foot guards. The troops up there need reinforcements ASAP if we are to be able to get through that. Right, you've managed to get through. Form line. Guards, form line. Second guards, form line. Looks like they might be moving to try and force their way up the hill, which seems rather foolish. The howitzers cannot fire very far at all. It might be better to set them up right now so we get them in part in get their part doing in this fighting right here. The Polish are gonna try and charge their way uphill into my troops. They could have done it earlier, now it's too late.
Glorious victory, sir, is soon to be yours.
I'm gonna go ahead and inspire these grenadiers. 6th grenadiers. Their guard managed to pull off their charge over there. And they could, in fact, possibly manage to pull off their attack over there, where their the Polish guard troops are actually doing quite well. However, when they get outnumbered and surrounded, there's nothing they can do. And they're forced to leave. Let's have everyone move that way. And what it looks like is the only thing that's left is this one guard unit down here. It's able to level a lot of good fire into us. I'm gonna go ahead and replace this infantry unit with the grenadiers. And so that should hopefully be enough. And then the second guard unit is gonna come in and set up behind them. Alright, as you're setting up, I will inspire you. And then this unit will set up... Oh wait, what's this? All of a sudden, there's 3 Polish units come out of nowhere. The woods started speaking Polish all of a sudden. Kurwa! Kurwa! Well, let's see if you can deal with this kurwa right here. Damn, the Polish are really determined. Unfortunately, not determined enough. Probably one of the toughest, or like most determined enemies we've faced. Or it's just me not being able to use my cavalry sufficient enough to chase the Polish down. But that was interesting. I did not see that coming, that them rallying as I was moving down here and they all started charging. Luckily for me, even though my troops are tired, they had the discipline and the training of multiple battles, so they knew what to do. Quickly forming into line and forcing the Polish to retreat. Not really necessary to chase them down, since we're gonna go straight to Napoleon after this, but just in case. Here's the result of the battle. So we deployed 10,073 men against 6,000 of the enemy. We ended up losing 2,000 men, while the enemy lost 5,000 roughly. So in the end we have 8,000 men left, while the enemy has 1,500. So still a sizable force of Polish troops got away. In terms of who did what, we got infantry regiment here, managed to kill 500. So it's really infantry doing most of the work. We got 3 up in top, killing in the tops there. Guard cavalry, they were obviously chasing down troops, then infantry regiment, then guard, and so on. Militia and those troops never turned up to the field. The worst one in the battle was actually one of my howitzers that only killed 6. Actually, the cannons did really poorly, but then again, I think more of an effect of scaring the enemy with the big howitzer explosions. Oh, we even got a battle marker for that. The 2 French armies are forced away. Damn, the replenishment rate is green. Jesus Christ. Wait. We got a nice old battle, December of 1812. Victory over the French. Now we're gonna go ahead and have Pompeo Grambrelli march to meet with Napoleon. Right, so okay, we forced that guy away. What if I just sit here? I want Napoleon to come out and face me. I don't want a siege. But I guess I'm gonna have to siege it. And then we're gonna siege it to the point that he comes out. Which means that I need to chase these armies down and make sure they do not set up with Napoleon for a secondary attack. These guys are, they have a spy, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to sabotage them. That didn't work. I was hoping I could sabotage them, because then otherwise they're going to turn up in Gambrilli's back. This force, even so far from the road, actually has enough to move down the road and actually come to Napoleon's aid. Second army, it's not. Right. Let's go ahead and end turn, shall we? Because there's nothing more I can make. And we'll just have to wait for Napoleon to come out of his shell. I do not have to wait, because the 4 units coming from north is attacking me. So we've got Pompeo and Garibaldi attacked from 2 sides, where we got Napoleon with an army of 5,000 men, and then 1,200 coming from the front. What we'll do, I think, is... You know what, let's get into the battle before we start thinking about battle strategies. So without further ado, let's go ahead and meet the legendary General Napoleon on the field of battle. So I don't know exactly where Napoleon's going to come in. I know that he's going to come in behind us somewhere, given the position that the enemy attacked us from. So it's going to be somewhere along this line right here, but I'm not entirely sure where. So in the L formation that I've been dealt with, there's high ground right here. So there is where we're going to set up. We're going to be facing the enemy we can see, but as soon as we know where Napoleon's coming from, we're going to turn around. So these 4 units are going to need to be taken out pretty quickly. So I've got the Dragoons. They're going to swing around and attack the light troops here, while I have my own light troops set up in formation, in skirmish formation. It's going to attack the 3 over here, and then Hussar's going to move around on either side, and with that we're gonna go ahead and start the battle, and we get to see when Napoleon comes out, and he comes out right behind us. That was a lot closer than I thought. I was hoping I'd have a little bit more of space in between myself and Napoleon. Light troops forward. There he is. There's Napoleon. Let's try not to sit right on top of where they're joining the battlefield. I think that's a little bit too much. Okay, my light troops, they're shooting. Okay, we missed kind of our opportunity over here. Napoleon! Is Napoleon really? Let's not shoot him right off the bat, shall we? Oh, the Grenadiers! They didn't really have the time to set up there. At the same time, I need to focus out here. Okay, they all kind of joined each other there. So I don't need to send in
Sir, our general is under attack.
The dragoons. I'm gonna order all the hussars to go after that, and then the dragoons will be ordered back. And Napoleon joins the fight now, and my cavalry is not doing too hot. Is Napoleon really gonna die in the first bit of the battle? Where is he, the old bastard? I can't see him. Shouldn't be that hard to find. There he is. I'm gonna inspire these Grenadiers. It's the Arona Grenadiers getting torn up. Let's make sure that they won't get any direct reinforcements from that. And then I want the 12-pounders up on the high ground. Our general is sitting right here. And so there he is. There's Napoleon. What an odd fight. I'm gonna withdraw some units on the sides. And hopefully we can start shooting down some of these cavalry units. Get rid of these two lancers, which moved right in upon us. And yes, we were successful in dealing with these. Then the light troops will be heading this way. Get the dragoons in there. I don't know, maybe I should have my general join the battle here and see if he fights Napoleon. But Napoleon actually has more, his bodyguard is better suited for fighting than my troops. Holy crap! The German troops are moving in straight into the fighting, looking to try and save Napoleon, which is now stuck behind line. Now, let's see if I can chase him down with my general. There's Napoleon. We got him. Let's make sure that we don't befall the same fate as the Polish lancers are coming in. I think the Polish probably fought so hard in the last battle because they really want to become an independent nation again. Let's see if I dare to roll my artillery forward to the point where I can shoot them up the side or straight canister straight into them. We have actually managed to get the enemy to form like proper lines and fire at us, which we often don't get. I think that's enough for the guns. Let's go ahead and set them up. What's this? Polish Grenadiers moving forward into the attack. The remnants of Napoleon's bodyguard is riding around over there. Grenadiers were forced back.
Our men are running, sir.
Who's running? Oh, over there. Bavarian Grenadiers forced one of our units away. It's ordered to get the troops in a little bit of a better order. The light troops. I want them over there. With the enemy now closing in, I'm going to order this line to fall back. And it's just kind of enough for the guns to fire canister. The line over here is not very happy, as it's kind of getting overrun by French troops. We held, but there was touch and go for sure. Oh, no, that's not from canister. Could have been from canister though. Could have easily been from canister. Let's see about organizing this line a little bit better. Let's bring you there, you over there. And then these three move up through there. The general closing in. Napoleon's bodyguard finally had enough and is leaving, as the light troops shoot them to absolute smithereens. Cannons firing canister. Let's see, where do I have all my cavalry? Let's see if we can't get them over here. I can get the dragoons actually set up to go through the cannon position. It's probably the best location for a charge against the enemy. Looks like the Polish are making another charge towards our lines. And the Bavarians lining up to trade fire with us. Unfortunately, at this point, our lines are just too well prepared at this point. And we're forcing so much fire into them. From canister to musket fire. They are persistent though. And more troops are coming in. Let's get the dragoons there ASAP. And prepare to end this battle once and for all. You know what I want to do? I want to tell everyone to hold fire. And then we'll release musket volley all at the same time. Everyone is more or less prepared. Right, fire! more or less all units at the same time here. And you can see their numbers dwindling. They don't have a lot of troops. I wonder, the canister... Yeah, the canister position is pretty bloody nice, if I say so myself. Let's see, is my cavalry coming in? Yes. Let's organize them all up here. Or I could have one hussar actually coming through the light infantry. Surprised with such a strong position that I've got, that the enemy is still continuing to move into this. And sort of moving towards charges. The thing the Polish don't know, though, is they don't need to fight this hard, because I am going to liberate Poland, even though I'm sure Prussia will go ahead and invade it as soon as I do, them and the Russians. However, I will just end the campaign and will pretend that the Polish got to live happily ever after. Like, no one would ever touch Poland after that. Never ever again. Unfortunately, we know that not to be true, but you can dream. You can dream. And with the fighting spirit here of the Polish troops, they deserved it. Unfortunately, that's not the way history is written. And there we have it. Papal States' victory over Napoleon and his Polish army. He threw his life away at the beginning of the battle, and he left his troops to fight a losing battle. is the battle result. So, Napoleon... Wait, why is it spelled like that? Oh yeah, it wasn't... No, Napoleon wasn't the one who led the attack. It was this guy. I just... Like, whoa, who the crap is that? Anyways, Napoleon deployed 6,700 men against our 4,800. The enemy lost... Napoleon lost 4,400 men, leaving 2,200. We lost 1,500, so we've got 3,000 left. So there's 1,000 men difference, roughly. When in the start of the battle, there was a closer to 2,000 men difference. In terms of who killed what, the Hussars killed the most, followed by one of the Papal States Grenadiers, the one that remained at 230. And then we got the one 12-pounder, another 12-pounder, and the Hussars. So in terms of the Hussars, it's mostly them running down the light regiments in the beginning, and the 12-pounders, of course, spraying canister. The interesting one, I guess, is the Papal States Grenadiers here, is the one that only lost 90 men, so it's 230 men left, so it's this one right here. I kind of almost, I mean, I've played him so long, so I kind of remember who it is, but at the same time, I don't. But it's this one that made the most kills of the lines. Or there he is, followed by another one. Right, that still means that there's plenty of troops left in Warsaw, but at this point with the siege, well, you know what, let's have the turn run through and then see what we'll do with Napoleon's army. Here's the situation now at the end turn. I don't know where this army went to disappear in the forest. These guys decided to dig in and replenish, which is probably wise. The Russians have yet to advance. I guess they're scared of winter. Odd. Even if I wanted to, Pietro won't be able to join the battle. And in terms of dealing with this, I don't really see a point in fighting this. We have already fought the French twice. A crappy siege won't do any difference. So I'm thinking we're just gonna go ahead and out-resolve this. We ended up losing quite a lot of men attacking the fort. We had 8,000 men. There were 2,000 men in the fort. We lost 1,600. They lost 2,000. So it's almost 1-to-1 in terms of losses. The kills are so spread out, there's no real interesting bit there. But with this, we have completed all our 3 quests that I set out. Unite Italy under the Papal States, and that I have done. Reconquer Constantinople for the Christian world. In this case it ended up going to the Greek Orthodox Church, but never mind. And thirdly, restore the French monarchy and defeat Napoleon. All 3 are completed, and we stand victorious. And for their hard fighting, I'm gonna go ahead and liberate the Polish. Oh, the agent, I guess he died in the siege. But there we go. We have raised the Polish, and everyone around them hates them. I don't know why Sweden and Norway hates them, but everyone hates them. The British like them. Everyone else, not so much. Especially the Russians. The Russians do not like the Polish. Looks like it's a race to the finish line. If it's Russia, Austro-Hungary or the Prussians. They're gonna go ahead and attack Poland. I'll gift him as much as possible. Alexander the First will gift him as much technology and money as possible. But unfortunately, he's gonna be on his own. But yeah, as I said, we're gonna end long before they invade. So we're just gonna pretend like everyone's gonna respect the fact that the Pope just reinstated Poland. And that's gonna be it, guys. You know, it's not a lot. It's a little piece here for the Polish people. I think that's okay, right? No one's gonna be bothered by that, surely. It's not like the Prussians who've taken over every single little state I've tried to create. Bloody bastards. Anyways, with that said, we are now done with this campaign. The goals have been achieved, and Napoleon is defeated and dead. And so, I will say, as I always say, hopefully you guys enjoy this, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye.